It was a decision I can never take back, but let me start from the beginning. I was a doctor, a surgeon, to be precise, a profession that had fascinated me for as long as I could remember. Saving lives, extending them, giving hope. That was my everyday life, or at least it should have been. But sometimes life is not as glorious as one imagines. Sometimes it's cruel, oppressive, even tempting. Tempting in its darkness. It was a late evening, and I was alone in the clinic. A surgery was scheduled. A young man in his early 20s, a simple case, appendicitis, routine. Or so he thought. What he didn't know was that I had something else in mind, something that had thrown my moral compass overboard long ago. You're probably wondering why. Why would I, a doctor sworn to save lives, do something like this? The answer is simple: greed. Not for money, but for power. The power to shape destinies. The power over life and death. As he lay on the operating table and the anesthesia began to take effect, I had one last moment to pause, a moment to ask myself if I really wanted to sink this low. But that moment passed quickly. My heart pounded in my ears, my hands trembled slightly, but I knew what I had to do, or rather, what I wanted to do. The surgery began like any other: scalpel, clean incision, routine maneuvers. But then I did something that wasn't part of the plan. I reached for his right kidney. The organs were healthy, perfect. I knew they would fetch a fortune on the black market. In that moment, I didn't care about his life. All that mattered was the rush in my head, the adrenaline coursing through my veins. Within minutes, I had removed the kidney, perfectly preserved, as if it were a regular organ donation. But this man had not consented. He had no idea of my plan. To him, I was the doctor who was supposed to save him, a hero in a white coat. But in truth, I was the opposite. When the surgery was over, everything seemed normal again. The patient woke up, unaware of anything. He thought he was safe and sound, but deep down, I knew I had done something unforgivable, and at the same time, it felt disturbingly satisfying. To this day, I wonder how far a person can go when the line between good and evil becomes blurred. And now I ask you, would you believe me if I told you I regret it? Or do you think I'm already planning my next move?